Yep, you seen the title in the thumbnail, and we about to act a little southern over here. Nah, we're gonna act fully southern over here. I'm gonna show you guys how to make this southern chicken fried steak with this good white sausage gravy. Y'all ready? Get in your kitchen, let's go. All right, it's time to get started. We're gonna do a quick rundown of today's recipe. Back here we have our cube steak. Now I've already pounded that baby into like a 1/4 of an inch thick. So if you get your cube steaks right out the package, go ahead and give that baby a pound, kind of flatten them out just a little bit. Right here we have some flour, buttermilk, chicken broth, baking soda, baking powder, freshly chopped garlic. Right here we have some breakfast sausage. What I did was I froze it and then I grated it. And this is for the gravy. You don't have to do it that way, but I want those small pieces of meat inside the gravy. Now you can definitely crumble it up as you're cooking it, but it may not get as fine as this right here. Right here we have some hot sauce. Gotta have that hot sauce. You know I'm from the South Alabama. We put hot sauce on everything. Butter, salt and pepper, more flour, heavy whipping cream. We're gonna use some steak seasoning here, and we have an egg. So that's all you need. Let's get to it. Next, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take our steaks, and I'm just gonna hit it with a little salt and pepper on the top. Let's start off with that salt. Hit it with a little pepper. Gonna flip that baby over, do the same thing. Since we already got that pepper in our hand, we're gonna hit it with the pepper first. Come behind that with our salt. We're gonna move these aside. All right, so we're gonna get started by preparing our flour. And we're gonna just take our flour, we're gonna add it here to this dish. All right, next, we're gonna add our baking soda. I'm sorry, this is our baking powder. Then our baking soda. And guys, I'm gonna add some corn starch. And we're just gonna get at a whisk like that. I'm also hit it with a little salt. Gotta do that. And a little pepper. All right, I think we're good here. We're gonna move this aside. Next, we're gonna take our steak seasoning. We're gonna add it to this dish along with our salt and pepper. I'm gonna add a little garlic here. Didn't have that in the shot, but we're gonna add it. Gonna get that mixed up like this just a little bit. We're gonna come behind that with our buttermilk, our egg, and our hot sauce. And we're gonna get that a mix too. I think I'm gonna hit that with another egg. We're gonna get that mixed in here. All right, now let's start preparing our cube steak. We're gonna take our cube steak. We're gonna place it here in the flour. Shake out the excess flour. You know we're gonna do some double dipping. We're gonna add it to our wet mixture. Take our other hand, drip out the excess mixture, bring it back over here to our flour. Take our dry hand, add it here, flip it over. And what I like to do is I like to press that flour into it so it sticks to that meat once it gets in that water, gets in that oil, that water. All right, just like that. All right, I'm gonna sit this over here, show you how to do one more. Here in the flour, into our wet mixture. Take that wet hand, back over here to our flour. You know I like to press that flour on here like that. We're gonna add this over here too. I'm just gonna finish the rest of them and then we're gonna come back. So now that we've breaded our cube steak, let's head over to our stove, heat up our oil, and get these babies baptized. So now at our stove, we're letting that oil heat up. I think we're good to go. We want to heat it up over medium-high heat, around 350 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this baby in here. And you may have to cook them one at a time. You don't want to overcrowd it. And it's gonna take about maybe 6 to 8 minutes. All right, guys, so it looks like we're good on our first steak. Take a look at that baby. Y'all already know that baby crispy. Look at it. I'm gonna add this here to a resting rack, and I'm gonna finish up the rest of them, and we're gonna come back. All right, so we're finishing up our last steak. We're gonna add this to our resting rack, and we're gonna come back. All right, so now we have all our steaks. Look at that, guys. Man. So we're gonna sit these in a warmer on 200 degrees and let them continue to stay warm while we prepare our gravy. All right, so now we're gonna start preparing our gravy. We're gonna add our sausage here, and we're not gonna add any oil to it, and we're just gonna cook this all the way through. As you can see how I grated it, and then these small pieces. All right, guys, it looks like we're good. We're gonna start removing our sausage. We're gonna add it to a bowl or a plate lined with some paper towels, kind of get that grease drained off of it. Now that we removed our sausage, we're gonna go ahead and melt that 2 tablespoons of butter. Once we melt that butter, we're gonna add our flour. And we're gonna stir this in for 1 minute. And guys, I also left some of that grease that was in the pan from our sausage. I left that in there. And you want this over a medium heat. Don't have it too high, you don't wanna burn it. Next, you wanna go in with 1 cup of chicken broth. And you wanna get this stirred in. Crank that heat back up just a little now that you got some liquid in there. Make sure you mix this well. Once you got that baby mixed, we're gonna add the other cup chicken broth. We're gonna stir this again. And we're gonna come behind that. Once we get that all mixed in, we're gonna come behind that with our heavy whipping cream. Continue to get that baby stirred in. At this point, we're gonna add a little salt to taste and a little pepper. I love to see them pepper sprinkles over my white gravy like this. All right, we're gonna add our sausage back to our skillet. Get it stirred in like that. And guys, our white gravy is done. All right, let's head over to our cutting board. Let's get this baby plated up so we can jump into quality control. And there you have it, chicken fried steak. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. We're gonna jump into quality control so we can do a taste test, all right? All right, so you know it's quality control time. Man, I'm just looking at this work of art right here. Man, look at these groceries. Man, look at them groceries. Man, listen, we gotta get to these groceries. Hey, I'm finna cut this up because I can't do this on camera, so I'm gonna be right back. All right, so I couldn't cut that baby on camera. I had to put it down, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Got me a little piece of that baby right here, man. Ooh. Looks crunchy still. Let's go ahead and go for it. Oh man, that sausage gravy on fire. I know I'm gonna have some leftover, and guess what I'm gonna add to it? Some of them biscuits. You definitely wanna try this out. Man, I'm in this thing sweating, it's hot in this kitchen. So I'm gonna get back eating on this chicken fried steak. So guys, definitely add this one to your recipe list. Until then, y'all already know who I am. This is All Wings Everything. And remember, I'm not a chef, I'm just cook a lot. And I'm out. Peace.